Speaking of things like that, we have Brett Moyer in studio with us from Karl Chevrolet. Of course, two locations now. We have the Ankeny, the Rock location, and then we do have the Stewart location as well. But you guys have some big things going on because we're winding summer down, and you guys aren't slowing down.
No, we're not. We can't.
You can't afford to.
No, but we really do have some big incentives that are going on. And one of the biggest ones that we have is the half-ton crew cab models, which you can get up to $9,600 off.
Now we're talking about the summer sell down event that's happening right now at Karl Chevrolet, and you're talking about the truck that is the most popular truck in the state of Iowa, the Silverado.
It definitely is. The Silverado is, and then this particular model that we're talking about is the top of that.
It is.
Yeah.
So why do you need to incentivize it with almost 10 grand worth of discounts?
I don't know. It really doesn't make a lot of sense, but we're going to take advantage of it.
And how many times do we always say advantage? Customer. Yeah, and this is one of those situations, isn't it?
It really is. And then something that's right on the heels of that as far as the popularity is that half-ton model in a double cab.
Okay, explain the difference between what you just mentioned with the crew cab and the double cab.
Okay, there's a couple differences there. The double cab has a little bit longer box to it.
Okay,
and
for cargo.
And a lot of people like it for that reason. And then as far as the cab space, if you'll look at one of them, the crew cab has two doors that are about the same size.
Two normal size doors, okay.
And then the double cab is a little bit smaller door. The second door.
But it does have the 4 doors.
Yeah.
Now, does it open the same way
exactly.
as a regular door, but just a little bit shorter?
Right.
Okay.
Right. And on that model there, we can get you up to $6,500 off. You know, not quite as big a discount, but still a huge discount if that's the model that works for you.
Okay, but on a general basis, the crew cab and the double cab, is it a little less expensive than a crew cab?
Yeah.
All right, that would make sense.
Right, it should come close to balancing.
Okay, that works. All right, what else do we have Silverado-wise they want people to pay attention to?
Well, the HD, which that consists of the 3/4 and the 1 ton, and we've got $6,600 you can get off that vehicle, and that there is something that we just normally don't have.
Wow, and these are the ones that a lot of people use for work-related duties, right?
Exactly, and it doesn't necessarily have to be work, but a lot of people for recreation, you know, have to pull trailers.
Oh, sure, if you have a boat or anything.
Racing.
Yeah, a race trailer or something like that. Yeah, hint, hint, nudge, nudge. As he's looking at ours.
Yeah, but that's one that we normally don't have that type of incentive to work with, so that's really exciting.
Right. You also have some great deals on the Equinox, correct?
Yes, we do. And normally, you know, we'll have a deal on an Equinox once in a while, and it might be either the LT model or it might be the Premier, but we're talking across the board, you can get 17% off.
That's a pretty good chunk off the price there.
Right. And if not that, if you don't want to go that way, you can get 0% for 60 months plus a $500 rebate.
So you can choose. So you don't get all of that.
No, you don't.
It's like a menu. You pick what you want on the menu, right?
Yeah, it's whatever works the best for you, and we'll help you figure that out.
And the Equinox is one of your more popular vehicles now, because once people get inside of this vehicle, you are going to be amazed at the bells and whistles that are inside this vehicle, Michelle. We had a chance to drive one of these around. We didn't want to bring it back.
Yeah.
No.
Well, we could fix that.
I'm sure you could. You always could fix that.
It's an all-wheel drive vehicle, and kind of like a little bit of a more affordable SUV, would you say?
Yeah, it's a little bit more of a downsized SUV, but you can get it in a front-wheel drive or an all-wheel drive.
Okay.
Yeah, great. And now there are a lot of people that, you know, again, with school starting, and that'd be a good vehicle if you have a couple of kids, but maybe you have more than just a couple of kids.
If you have a tribe to haul around.
You have vehicles that fit just about everybody, and you have one of the most popular vehicles when it comes to taking a group of people around too.
Yeah, we do a Tahoe and a Suburban, and on both those vehicles, we've got 10% off right now.
All right.
Yeah, and we've got a good selection of those right now, and then one more percentage off vehicles, I should say, that we have is the Spark, the Sonic, and the Impala. you can get 20% off of those.
Okay, now
Wow.
the Spark and the Sonic, those are the really small ones, right?
Right.
Those are the ones that get the really good fuel mileage, right?
And you know, right now for kids starting school, what a great school car, you
Perfect.
know, for
Talk
a
about
younger person.
what is the mileage and some of
Well,
the.
probably the top mileage we can get there is probably in the upper 40s.
Wow. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know, think about the day, folks, when I used to get, 9 or 10 or maybe in a good car, 14 miles to a gallon, and now we're talking 40s on a regular basis.
Does the Spark have a back seat in
Yes.
it, or
Yeah,
it
they
does?
do.
So you
Yeah,
can
they
seat
do.
4 people probably comfortably in that,
Yeah.
because that's the smallest ride you have out there, right?
And they're really sharp cars if you see them. And you can jazz them up. We got some really cool colors with black wheels. And,
Oh, really?
You know, really neat for a younger person.
Easy to park.
Oh yeah.
That'd be the key
Very
thing here.
easy to park, which
So you
is
get some
always
practice
nice.
parking
Yeah.
with a smaller vehicle, right?
Yeah.
Now, of course, we're through 2018 now. We're already well past halfway, but it looks like you guys still might have some 17s that are floating around, right?
We do. And what you said earlier is advantage customer. Here's some an idea that a person can really get an advantage. We've got some 17s left. We are selling them down, but you can make enough savings there that it's a perfect vehicle. There's nothing wrong with it. It isn't that they've made any changes, but a model year has came up, but it's still a brand spanking new vehicle. You'll have new warranty, everything about it.
So everything applies.
Everything applies.
Okay.
And then once you trade that vehicle in, say a couple years down the road, you trade that in, and if you had a 17 model that you're trading in or an 18, the amount of savings I believe that you would get on this 17, you would be ahead the next time you go to trade.
Okay.
So
it's a numbers game, really, when it
is.
comes down to it. And this time, you can use the numbers to your advantage again.
Yeah, and I can't emphasize enough, they're great vehicles. They're perfect. I mean, the only thing is, it's just a 1 year difference.
Yeah, and they have some newer ones that have come out since the vehicle was created.
Yeah.
And that's the only the deal that's going on with them. So take advantage of that too.
And you mentioned trade value, and that's something you guys are wanting more trade-ins.
We really are, and it's hard to put how much value there is on a good trade-in. You know, right now, if you've got a good trade-in, what we mean by that?
What do you say?
What is a good
what do you
trade-in?
consider a good trade-in?
Well,
how about a 2014 with 61,000 miles on it?
well, and I guess first of all, I want to start by saying we want every trade, but there's some of the trade-ins that will really bring a top value, and that's if you have a 13 or newer GM model with 75,000 miles or less. The stage is really set for you there, especially with these incentives that we're talking about. That's great. But then right on the heels of that, you're going to get good value for that type of trade-in because we need it.
Yeah, you know why they need it? Because people are looking for them. Okay, that's the reason
How long
why.
does the summer sell down last?
It's good through the end of the month.
Okay.
So I think that's a week from Friday, I believe.
Right.
Yeah.
So a
exactly
little bit
right.
of time left to take advantage
So
of all those
again,
great deals.
we've said it 3 times at least today. Advantage customer. We're talking advantage customer when it comes to new trucks. Advantage customer when it comes to new cars, and talking about advantage customer when it comes to trading if you have a GM vehicle 2013 or newer.
Right,
So-
exactly. And you know what you said there is the key to what Karl does with everything that he does. He always has the customer in mind, and advantage customer. And then, of course, like we've talked in the past, once you get to be part of our family, that means if you buy a vehicle from us, we're going to be there for you. And those are more than just words. That's what we live every single day, that we're there.
Yeah, they do. And if you're due for an oil change, you're going to get a message. You'll get an email or even a phone call and say, hey, don't forget to change. You guys are really on top of it. We really do appreciate that. But there's a couple of locations now for Karl Chevrolet for you to take advantage of. Everybody knows where the Rock is in Ankeny. It's exit 90 on I-35. But then the second location, which is now not even a new location, it's been around for a little bit now.
It's been around for a while, and we're really excited about it. And I don't know if you've been past it lately, but the construction is going on.
I'm driving past it on Friday, going to Stewart, going to the Speedway. So we'll check it out there Friday too.
Yeah, you'll have to check it out. We've got exciting things going on right now, and right now those guys are doing a great job of selling vehicles and servicing vehicles.
And there it is. So 2 locations to serve you now, folks. Karl Chevrolet in Ankeny and in Stewart, and everything applies at both locations, right?
Everything, one guy.
One guy. One guy makes the final decision, right?
Yep.
And his name just happens to be Karl Moyer.
Yep.
That's perfect. Wonderful. All right, buddy. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
More information, karlchevrolet.com.
You got it.
That works. All right.
Thank you.
7:50.